Hello YouTube. This is a 6-month update on the StorjShare review. That's the project, the cryptocurrency project for farming and sharing your unused disk space. So it's been 6 months since I started in mid-January, and I've had a couple of videos about progress. So I wanted to give you a 6-month update. Last time I did an update in April, so a couple of things happened from StorjShare Labs. One was if you started farming in mid-April, you no longer received the $1.50 subsidy. But if you'd done that before that, like I did, because I started in January, you would get that in the March and April payments. But then starting in May, for people who've been farming for a while, there would no longer be the $1.50 subsidy. Plus, they finished doing their stress testing, so the amount of activity in terms of downloads dropped significantly. You can see that here in May, where it went from 416 thousandths to 42 ten-thousandths of a terabyte. Big drop, a factor of 10. And then continued even more in June, where it dropped down to just 3 300,000ths of a terabyte. So it dropped pretty significantly. It's also, they announced that the activity level in the network in terms of storage would be diminishing significantly. You can see that here, where it was progressively increasing, and then in May, it reached a peak, and then in June it dropped. So, yeah, and if on my StorjShare, you can see that here, where my allocation of actually stored space either out of the 2 terabytes drive I allocated, dropped down to 229 gigabytes, down from over 400 as of the mid-May time frame. And then my 50 gigabytes dropped down also, not quite as fast. And it's been dropping down consistently every day, small amounts. So incrementally it's going down. So I'll be curious to see how things look by the end of July. Might take 3 or 4 months for it actually get down where it has almost nothing. So back in terms of the payouts, you can see it was progressively increasing. I started here, I didn't have much stored, and then it increased, continued to increase. The payouts increased, and it hit a max in April because of the subsidy. Then in May, the subsidy was removed. So on a comparison, apples-to-apples comparison, if you added the subsidy back in, I would have had $11.55. So my payment for my actually stored bytes was increased because the amount of stored bytes increased also, even though the downloads decreased significantly. But then, so you can see the amount of stored space continues to drop. This is not quite sure why this doesn't match up with the 229 gigabytes I've had allocated on the 2 terabyte drive. But maybe it's a combination where they add some, they take some away, they add some, they take some away. So your amount of terabytes stored is going to not necessarily match up with the amount you currently show up as being allocated. So also they had some problem doing their payments in March and April. You can see it took them almost 3 months to finally get their April payments done. My March payment still hasn't showed up yet. They had some problem with 0 transactions. I think other people did get paid, but just they haven't gotten around to fixing my payment yet. And you can see the May payments timing improved significantly, so it looks like they're back on track. And just a day or two ago, they announced the June income amounts using their nice utility to let you look up your income very quickly using your payment address. But it hasn't been paid yet. And you can see that the byte stored is dropping, so I would expect that as it drops more next month, this is going to still drop even more. We'll see by how much hard to tell, a little hard to estimate that. But it's still profitable since I use this machine for mining and it's on 24 hours 7. And the amount of energy consumption for the extra 2 terabyte drive is minuscule. It's like, I think, $1 a month. So I'm still making a little bit of money. If you wanted to start doing StorjShare now, it probably wouldn't work out very well, because I think if you put some space and allocated some space, you probably wouldn't get anything stored. Or if you did, it was so little that you get maybe a penny or two a month. So I don't think they're having new farmers show up. But if you've been farming for a while and you've got even a slight amount built up from your allocations in the past month, you would continue to make money. So we'll see when this drops down to $1 a month. I'll have to decide what I'm going to do. I think it might take a few months to do that. So hope that helps for those interested in StorjShare and how things are progressing, and are maybe considering it, or now not considering it, starting up a StorjShare farm.